It's the best time of the week, my friend. It's the time to dive into it all. We've talked Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens all week long. We've dove into everything from Deshaun Elliott recruiting Marlon Humphrey to Patrick Queen revenge game, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields packages, Najee Harris injuries, and Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and everybody else talking and yapping and doing everything they can for 6 days, 5 days. Here we are. It's time to make our picks and predictions. Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens, Week 11. I have not looked at the spread, so I'm very excited for this one. In Pittsburgh, what do we got? Shout out Pedialyte, by the way.
In Pittsburgh, the Baltimore Ravens are 3.5-point favorites over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, the Steelers 7-2 going up against the Ravens 7-3, and it's a 3.5-point spread in Pittsburgh. The over-under currently sits at 48.5. Getting a little bit more love there are the Pittsburgh Steelers than they have in weeks past, but 3.5-point dogs at home.
Yeah, that's absolutely nuts, to be honest with you. That's 3.5-point dogs at home with a one. This is what I'm saying. Like, where are we? How did we get here? How did there just become no respect for the Pittsburgh Steelers at all across the NFL? Like, at what point did we cross that threshold and everybody just go, yeah, the Steelers are just going to lose every week? Because they were 2-point dogs, 2.5-point dogs last week against the Commanders, and they won. And Vegas was just like, no, it's actually going to get worse this week. It's actually, the Ravens are going to actually beat them even worse, especially coming off a 1-point win over the Cincinnati Bengals. What are we doing here? How did we get here? With that said, I'm going Steelers. And I know that you tell me all the time, oh, you're always going Steelers. You're always going Steelers. I mean, the stats back me up on this one. 2-4 against Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is healthy. I get it. It's Derrick Henry, but if anybody's going to have some insight on how to stop Derrick Henry, it's going to be his former offensive coordinator, who's the current offensive coordinator in Pittsburgh, which I don't think has been talked about enough this week.
It hasn't.
At all.
No.
At all. I forgot about it until somebody asked a question in the Arthur Smith press conference. Hey, does Derrick Henry have a weakness? And I went, holy crap, you coached him. What? Yeah. Why did nobody bring this up? If anybody's going to have a weakness, it's going to be or find the weakness, which Arthur Smith says there is none. Arthur Smith won't tell you anything real. So, and I respect, I like Arthur Smith. He's a good dude. He's not going to give that away.
Yeah.
I'm going Pittsburgh Steelers. I think this is, I've said it all week, low scoring shootout. 24, 25 points, feeling good. I'm going Pittsburgh Steelers 24. You come back down to life a little bit. That's 3 touchdowns. Russell Wilson, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Boom, boom, boom. 24. Baltimore Ravens 21 in this one. And I'll add a little juice to this. And I hope I'm not getting carried away. But I'll add a little juice to this. I think at some point during this game, Justin Tucker misses a field goal. I don't know if it's blocked. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think at some point along the way, Justin Tucker misses one that comes back that people are talking about it. And I'm not going to say it's the last one. I don't know if I'd feel confident in that one. But I think at some point you have that conversation. Pittsburgh Steelers 24, Baltimore Ravens 21. Lamar falls to 2-5 against the Steelers. If it was 2-3, if he was 1-2 against the Steelers, there is no talking point. 2-4 is a sample size, a large one. You've lost to Kenny Pickett, my friend. That is just not where we are. The Pittsburgh Steelers are not there anymore. And it's the same team. They're a much better one. I'm going Pittsburgh Steelers 24-21. What was the over-under?
The over-under was 48.5.
Yeah, so it does not hit the over. But I'm saying 24-21 Pittsburgh Steelers. Guys, there is no better place to be during football season than at a Pittsburgh Steelers game. And now, Game Time has this new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live, like the Pittsburgh Steelers, even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. I, as everybody knows, am going to see Creed in a couple of weeks, and it was effortless finding my tickets on Game Time. Why? Because they lay everything out for you. All-in pricing shows you the total up front with no surprise fees at checkouts. Seat views means that you get to see a panoramic view of your seat in the app before you ever buy the tickets. The lowest price guaranteed, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. And Game Time ticket coverage, your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use our code ALLSteelers for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code ALLSTEELERS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time.
I see a little bit more offense in this one. And it's tough because the Ravens are an offense that when I look at it, I'm saying, how does anybody stop them, right? How does anybody put up with Lamar Jackson going for a third MVP and playing like the front runner for an MVP? Derrick Henry running away with the rushing title between him and Saquon. It's those two. It is just those two. But then I look at the offensive line. I'm like, yeah, it's gotten better from the beginning of the season, but it's still not that impressive. And then I look at their defense and I'm saying, okay, good rushing defense, but their passing defense just got cooked by Joe Burrow. And I understand he continues to do it, but Russell Wilson isn't a slouch. And that Steelers offense has been clicking. We talked about it yesterday, 4 straight games, 25 points and over. Whereas in the Kenny Pickett, Matt Canada era, they had 3 games total where they hit 25 points. This offense is clicking. I've been back and forth all day. I've been back and forth all week. It's a tough one. And I do know that you always pick the Steelers. I literally told my wife, I said, I don't know what to do. And she's like, well, do you know what Noah's doing? I said, yeah, Noah's picking the Steelers. I know what Noah's going to do. So
I don't mean to. It's just feeling good. Know.
You just feeling good. You get caught up in it and you're like, you know what? That's what you're picking with your brain still. It's not picking with your heart. Because I've asked you that question on numerous occasions this year. And you tell me it's with my brain. It just aligns with my heart. That's all.
Exactly. And at the same time, like the 2 games I've gotten wrong this year, nobody saw that coming. You saw one of them coming. But nobody was like, I would have got roasted if I picked the Colts. I would have got roasted if I picked the Cowboys. People would have been like, you're crazy. You're crazy. Yeah, well, I was crazy to go the other way. So go ahead. I'm excited where you're going with this one.
So with that, after this decision has been bothering me all week, I'm going to go Pittsburgh Steelers 30, Baltimore Ravens 27.
Oh, I thought you were going for a loss there. I thought you were going for a loss there.
I'm going with the Steelers in this one. And it's tough. And I even said, I was talking to my dad earlier. I said, listen, if this was in Baltimore, I would have no issues picking the Steelers and not looking back. But the fact that it's in Pittsburgh, that M&T Bank Stadium magic rubs off on the Steelers all the time. That always gives them a boost. The Ravens are going to be a tough game no matter what. I think they're going to come into Acrisure Stadium feeling like they have something to prove, and I think it's going to make for a good game. These games are always close. I was not going further than 3, and honestly, I'm nervous about going with a full 3-point spread here, but I'll take the Steelers 30-27.
I like that. 30-27. It's a bit high in my eyes, but I like it. I thought you were going Baltimore. I thought the lead up was to a massive letdown, just letting everybody know that you hate the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's where I thought we were going here. 30-27, I could see happening. I would like it. Does it come down?
It does not come down to Justin Tucker missing a field goal.
Does it come down to Boz winning it? Does Boz win it at the end there?
Honestly, with this rivalry and the fact that we haven't had a Boz heroics game yet outside of 6 in the first week, he hasn't had to hit one in crunch time. That was heroics, but that was full game heroics. That was cyborg Boz just going into overdrive all day long. I think I could see it. I could see this being a Boz last second. Russ gets him just into field goal range. Boz kicks it and says, I'll take that first team All-Pro. Thanks, Justin. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
I like it. I'm a big fan. 30-27, Nick has it. I go 24-21 Pittsburgh Steelers. Hopefully we're both right. We've been pretty good. What's the records this season? Do you know?
Well, considering you've only picked the Steelers, it's pretty easy to remember.
I'm 7-2.
You're 7-2. I've picked against them twice and they've lost both of those, or I picked against them twice and they've won both of those games. So I'm 5-4.
Well, if you picked with your head and your heart, instead of just your head, sometimes
it doesn't align. I got something weird going on here. I need to get my chakras aligned.
I'm a direct passage. That's why, some people get mad. I don't got a filter. That's why I say dumb things out here all the time. It's a great time. With that said, we're heading into week 11. Very excited about it. But first, we're answering all of your questions before we dive into week 11, Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens.